Senator Fetterman, let's turn to your book, Unfettered. As Tony started the conversation, it's so well done, it's so painful, it's so candid, and I want to take people behind the scenes a little bit. You talk about your journey in getting to the Senate. It was an up and down race for you, and you said at one point you considered dropping out, but you didn't. Why did you decide to stay in? And then you win the race, and you said, I was just as stunned as everybody else that I won that race. Take us from the decision to I should drop out, but I didn't, to the night I won, and oh boy, here we are.
Yeah, immediately, it's entirely appropriate to have a conversation with yourself and people around you of a stroke that quite literally almost took my life. Now, should I remain in that? And, we had the opportunity till, actually, ironically, that's my birthday, August 15th. And now I was able to develop and to recover from the stroke. And then by then I had to decide, am I going to remain in it or am I going to step aside? And that was the decision that I made because I was able to figure a way to back into the race.
Senator, you go into great detail about the fragility of life and recovering from that stroke. And then you follow that up by talking about depression, which I commend you on.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of people, and I'll just call it what it is, men don't oftentimes talk about depression. Why did you feel like it was important to put that in the book? And then also, how are you doing today?
I thought it was important to have a conversation about it because I know there's millions of Americans that struggle with it as I did. For me, depression is the ultimate lie that you begin to tell yourself that perhaps the best solution is to take yourself out. And now I know it's not a political winner to talk about depression or self-harm or suicide, but that's an important conversation, and I'm willing to have that because I beg people. My life has been touched by this personally, but also I know people that have took their lives, and the tragedy that's left after that. It's really a simple message, like to anyone going through this right now: stay in this game. I don't know what your road for recovery is, but I promise if you stay in the game, you will get better. And I'm being here right now is a testament to that. And I've had conversations with members of Congress, whether young kids or adults. People have reached out since then, and it's been an honor to use that as a resource to remind people that this is an important game and you have to stay in it. And when people make the wrong choice, they can't come back from that. And the people that you love now are left with having to deal with it. I beg people, that's the core message of this book. It's like, in fact, I dedicated the book to those people struggling. You have to stay in the game because we have a serious record level suicides in our nation. This is an important conversation that I think we have to have.
But it was a learning curve for you too, Senator, because you said, listen, I thought depression was an illness, a condition. You didn't think it was an illness. You thought it was a weakness of the mind, just something that you could kind of suck it up and get better.
Shake out of.
Yeah,
right?
Shake out of. That's a better way to put it. You said that you didn't believe in therapy. You now feel differently. I want people to understand what you've learned about it from what you've been through.
What I says is like it's different for every people. I wouldn't have understood what the mean you can't get out of bed really is. It's like actually that's a fact. When you have that kind of depression things, I wasn't able to get out of my bed, and now you start to have the most dangerous conversation with yourself in the throes of depression is it convinces you that it's better for you to leave. And I know people that made that choice, and it's heartbreaking. And the young kids or grandkids that are left with those people. And now, for me, we all have to find our emergency brake, whatever that is. And I try to keep it as simple as you can. In the middle of it, the message is stay in this game, because I've been there, and it's ironic. After I won the biggest race in that cycle, and that's when depression really took over. And now people think, why would a senator want to have this kinds of choice? It's like, that's why it's important to have this conversation. Wherever you find it in your own life, I'm begging people that it's the kind of choice you can't come back.
I think it means a lot coming from you, because you said after you won the biggest night of your life, you felt nothing. You also made this point that your depression is in remission right now, but you also say this is not something that ever goes away. It's always there. And I'm wondering what you do now to safeguard your own mental health and how you deal with it.
Well, I mean, I think what really cured me is that it reminds me, it's like I have the most incredible family, and I'm so lucky to be here right now. I'm paying it forward to people that are in that struggle right now, and that's why I'm just trying to beg people. Now, I don't know what your path is or what kinds of resources you had there, but this is a simple conversation with people in those throes, and I've had these conversations with people in that, and I regret the people that I knew that they left. I wish I could have had more of a conversation, or I could have done more.
Senator,
it's such a
you got to me at one point in the book where you were saying, as you were having suicidal thoughts, at one point, I think the words came at the right time, 4 words. A young therapist said to you, "Children need their daddy." That seemed to be a turning point for you.
Oh, absolutely! It changed my life. I think they really kind of stepped out of their position, because at that point I thought it'd be a mistake to meet with my kids. It's like, why would the kids want to meet with me? It's like I'm a failure. It's like I was in the throes of depression, and that really woke me up. And I realized, and then they visited, and that absolutely spontaneously made all the difference in reminding people. And that's the message that I'd have to people in the throes of this now is like, whoever in your life, they need you, and it woke me up. And now, because I'm lucky to be here now, that's the conversation that I'm having with anyone that's listening to this program.
Well, Senator, that part of the book will help a lot of people, and we're glad you're not in that headspace anymore, that you are looking ahead and more optimistic days are ahead. On that subject of looking ahead, Governor Josh Shapiro, a potential 2028 candidate for president, current governor of Pennsylvania. In the book, you include a section where you advise Kamala Harris and her campaign against choosing him as vice president. I have to ask, is including that your way of saying, I didn't like him for vice president, and I also don't like him for president in 2028?
That's just categorically not true. All I did was I never directly I talked to anyone with the campaign at all. I just said I assumed he was going to be the choice. And because of the experience that I had over the board pardons, now that wasn't going to be part of that event in the launch of the campaign in Philadelphia. You know, the issues that I ever had with the governor was about, during the board of pardons, trying to free 2 innocent brothers from dying in prison. That's all that it was.
So you have no concerns about him in retrospect as a VP or as a potential president in 2028?
I have no opinion on it, and that's not what it is. I have no issue with this politics, but that is part of my story and what happened 6 years ago.
Okay.
All right, Senator.
Yeah, Senator Fetterman, thank you very much. We really appreciate the book.
Yes.
People write these sort of memoirs all the time. Not all of them are real. Not all of them are as well written as this one. You really do go there, and we appreciate your candor, sir.
Yeah, I echo Tony's thing where he said, we're glad you're in a better headspace. You said it took you dying to feel better. You called it a dark gift. It will help many, this book. Thank you.
Thank you. That memoir, Unfettered, is on sale today.